What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can tell, a bit of a different situation for the video today. We're on site at BMO Field. I'm going to be shooting for the Toronto Argonauts today in their big rivalry game against the Ticats. So you guys know I shot with them last summer and they brought me back out for a few games this season, and I haven't shot football in a minute, so I wanted to take this opportunity to make a video to showcase one of my favorite accessories that I always use as a sports videographer. And that accessory is a mist or a diffusion filter. These are filters that are designed to soften the image coming into your camera, giving it less of a digital look, softening the image overall, and also blooming the highlights, leading to a slightly more dreamy and organic look. And these definitely give your footage a bit more of a stylized look, and I wanted to show you guys why this would be handy in a sport creative's repertoire. These are filters I use all the time because I just love the way that the image looks and feels straight at a camera, and it allows you to get that softer, more cinematic look straight at a camera without having to do any extra work in post. Today we're going to be using the 10 and 20% CineBloom filters by Moment. I'm going to be using them throughout the Argos game tonight. Sound check. Thing is, I'm right here at the time when they're doing sound check, but also here at the time where it's going to be the quietest, minus these periods of them just testing the audio. Just not convenient for shooting a YouTube video. Today we're going to be using the 10 and 20% CineBloom filters by Moment, and I'm going to be using throughout the Argos game to show you guys what these filters can do for your sport footage, and for you guys to see and decide whether or not this is something you'd want to add to your toolkit. Just in time. That is really good timing. Now, just a note, Moment was incredibly kind enough to send me both of these filters and a streak filter, which I'll be trying out tonight. They did not pay me. This is not a sponsored video whatsoever. I just loved their products for a while. They got in touch and sent me a few things to try out. So in this, no way is a sponsored video. These are going to be my honest thoughts on these filters and whether or not you should add them to your repertoire. I decided I'm going to be using the 10% filter for the first half of the game and then switch to the 20% filter for the second half, because the first half is probably going to be during dusk and there's still going to be some daylight, and the 20% is kind of strong. So that's going to be the situation, and they're both going to be used on my 70-200 f4, so we get to compare them on the exact same lens so we can see what the difference is for the two filters. I have a feeling just off the bat that I'm going to be a lot more of a fan towards the 10% bloom filter. I typically don't like going for the stronger mist filters. I usually be using a Tiffin 1/8 Pro Mist or my Freewell 7-in-1 VND Mist, which is in and around a 1/8, 1/4. A 20% bloom, I've tried this one out a little bit. It is a bit intense, so I'm curious to see how this one performs, especially under the floodlights here at BMO. That's my cue to stop recording this, and we'll see you guys when we get in there.
But look at me now, I'm crushing. Oh man, had a hold that cutlass.
Get this done, baby. Let's go get this done. Let's get it.
Man, let me show you something. It's dread in your home, disgusting. Never see it and go discuss it. We don't do that for clout or stunting. Now this that chat flow. I go to missus now at home.
Literally took an hour for
This guy is out here, full monopod.
They even rented a lens for this.
Oh damn, what you ran?
100 to 400 f 4.5.
What's the setup here?
You got very long lens, Sony A7 IV, and a monopod, and a monitor, and that's it.
What do you think of the big setup here, Joe?
I'm listening to Future and Drake.
Wait for you. So for the first half here and warm-ups, I was using the 10% CineBloom, and you're really going to notice this in the highlights of these images. You're going to notice the lighting be a little bit more hazy, a little bit more bloomy. Specifically in this shot right here, you're going to see the lights have a bit of a glow to them, and that's exactly what the mist filter is going to provide, as well as general softening of the image, taking away some of that digital sharpness. It also impacts things that aren't necessarily direct light sources. You're going to notice a lot of light glimpses and reflections off players' helmets. You're going to notice it on highlights on their skin. They will have a very subtle glow effect, which adds to the cinematic, this very film-like organic feel that the filter provides. You're also going to get different effects, especially when you're shooting outdoors on a sunny day. This is right before sunset, and you're noticing obviously the crazy amount of glow and haze that there is in the image, and I think that's a really cool look that you normally couldn't get if you weren't using a filter like this. Now, when it comes to strengths, this 10% is pretty much exactly what I'm looking for when I'm using a filter of this kind. The 10% is not too strong nor not too weak. You notice the halation, but it doesn't overpower the image, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I just want something that is very subtle but changes the image enough for you to notice a bit more of a different feel. The 20% filter, however, is the complete opposite of subtle, because once I threw this thing on for the second half, I noticed an enormous difference. At times with this filter, the glow effect was so strong and so prominent that I was debating on even taking off the filter entirely, because like I said, I like a bit more of a subtle look, and I even struggled when color grading it because I really had to crank in contrast and drop shadows and drop highlights in order to get the image to a place where I really liked it. However, I do think there is a time and a place for the strength of this filter. I've used it in several other scenarios that aren't sports, and it serves a purpose for sure. And if you're someone who doesn't like a subtle effect and wants it to be a lot more prominent, the 20% is still a great option. Just for me, I like it a little bit more subtle, so if I had to pick between the two of them, it would probably be the 10%. I know these filters are something I use very frequently, but it isn't for everyone, so just note that this is purely a stylistic choice. I don't want to say that this is going to make your footage any better or any worse. This is purely if you want to give your videos a bit of a different look and feel, and I would highly recommend it. But if you want to keep the image that comes straight out of your camera, if you're happy with that, don't feel pressure to buy one of these at all. It won't make or break your videos. A quick tip for you guys: when buying these filters, they do come in different sizes, but I wouldn't recommend getting one for every single one of your lenses. Instead, what you should do is look at all your lenses and see which one has the biggest thread size. I have an 82mm one right here, and I use step-up rings in order to adapt them to all my different lenses. That way I'm only buying one of these and not 3 or 4 of them, and you're saving a lot of money. And step-up rings aren't really that expensive. You can get them very cheap on Amazon, and I'll make sure to link some down below. Now, if you guys are thinking about getting one of these, I will leave the links down in the description below for Moment CineBloom filters. These are excellent little tools to enhance your image and give yourself a different look and feel to your footage. Keep in mind, if you use the filters down below, I do receive a small kickback as a Moment affiliate. So if you want to buy them, using those links is a great way to support me and to support the channel. Thank you if you guys have made it to this point in today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, if you guys got something out of it, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Help me and the channel grow. I know I've been a little absent lately. It's been a very busy time of year, but I'm ready to make a few more videos over the next few weeks and hop right back into this with you guys to help you guys out on your sports creative journeys. And that's going to do it for me today. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.